Chapter 11. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Rogue Town, known as the Town of the Beginning and the End, more than 20 years after the death of Pirate King Roger, it is still very prosperous, especially after the arrival of Navy Captain Smoker who parachuted from the Navy headquarters. The security of Rogue Town has been greatly improved, and it has become a good place for ordinary people to live and work in peace and contentment. Today, Qingyun and Nami took a passenger ship and arrived at Rogue Town. Mr. Qingyun, thank you very much for your escort along the way. Please walk slowly. I wish you a safe journey. Captain Gracie also waved goodbye to Qingyun with a little regret. He originally wanted to win over the other party, and Gaoxin hired him to be a guard on his ship, so that he would not have to worry about encountering pirates every time he went to sea. That's the problem. With such a skilled person, why worry about his passenger ship being targeted by the pirates? However, the other party rejected his request. For this, he could only express great regret. Goodbye. After Qingyun said something, he pulled the cart and Nami towards the Rogue Town naval base. The cart was given by Captain Gracie so that they could transport the pirate's body there. Fortunately, yes, only 1 day has passed since he traveled to this world and returned to Rogue Town. The corpses of these pirates have not rotted yet, but they also have a smell, so Qingyun wanted to rush over and take these. The pirate's body is exchanged for bounty money. Qingyun, come on. Besides, Nami shouted cheers for him. However, Qingyun said, if you have the ability, don't just shout, and help push the cart together. He has a soldier-level physique, but a soldier-level physique is just that. When Luffy went to sea, he was at least as strong as a lieutenant-level officer in the Navy. Even if Zoro did not have the strength of a lieutenant-level officer, the strength of a sergeant-level sergeant officer should be about the same as him. And his soldier-level physique, it's just a physical level among the ranks of first-class private, second-class private, and third-class private. The ordinary level is almost a miscellaneous one in the Navy, that is, Kirby and Balumep have just entered the Navy. Afterwards, the position of mopping the floor, naval base in Rogue Town, Qingyun spent a lot of time and finally reached his destination. Afterwards, they also went directly and revealed their purpose of coming. Bounty Hunter, that the Navy soldiers here saw Qingyun and Nami, and they showed surprised expressions after knowing that these two people were actually bounty hunters. After all, they must be handsome and beautiful. They looked like he was a vase-like character, but he turned out to be a bounty hunter, and he even brought the corpse of a pirate in exchange for the bounty, which somewhat surprised them. You won't refuse to pay the bounty, right? Seeing this, Nami said with some worry, her hometown has been enslaved by the dragon pirates for so many years. It is impossible to say that the people in Cocoa West Village did not ask for help from the Navy. However, asking for help in the end, everyone will be brought back by the dragon pirates. Some are killed to scare the monkeys, and some are beaten severely. Moreover, from the mouths of some villagers who were only beaten but survived, it is known that evil the dragon pirates have colluded with the nearby Navy branch, so their call for help is useless. The occurrence of this kind of thing has greatly reduced Nami's trust in the Navy. The idea of asking for help is not hers. No. But this reality, as well as the strength of the dragon pirates, immediately stopped her from seeking help from the Navy at other naval bases. It's impossible for us to do this kind of thing, but we need to confirm whether the pirate's body is accurate first. Only after we are sure, can we reward you with the bounty. The face of the Navy who entertained Qingyun and Nami also darkened. It is impossible for anyone to have a good look after being said like this. Please, the corpses of the pirates from the Great Sword Pirate Group who have bounties on their heads are all here. You can slowly confirm their identities. Qingyun opened the curtain covering the cart, revealing the corpse inside. After seeing the corpse on the cart, the faces of the Navy also changed. Of course, it was not because they saw the corpse for the first time, but because they saw a corpse that was clearly cut in half, with its intestines leaking out. Such a bloody scene undoubtedly affected people's senses. Disgusting. This was their first feeling. What followed next, just feeling like vomiting. Of course, this is mostly the reaction of the recruits. The veterans are well informed. Seeing this scene, at most they just frowned. Then, a Navy veteran also held a big gun in his hand. The sword pirates and the sword pirates came forward to identify them one by one. It didn't take long for the marine to identify all the great sword pirates. They are indeed from the great sword pirates. All the pirates with bounties on the great sword pirates are here. The total amount of these bounties is 6 million baileys. Amy, take them there to collect the bounties. After the Navy veteran's identification was completed, he also called a pale-faced Navy recruit. He was pale, obviously because the scene just now brought him great stimulation. However, after vomiting, he felt better. Too much. 2 bounty hunters, please come here with me. After Amy said something, she also led the way. Qingyun and Nami kept up with each other's pace. Compared with Qingyun's unhurried pace, Nami's footsteps seemed louder. There was some urgency, and it was obvious that the other party was impatient for the bounty. New book. Please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shortly after, Qingyun and Nami walked out of the naval base. Compared with the past when they pulled the cart over, now the cart disappeared, and in Nami's hand there was a black suitcase, which naturally contained the bounty, 6 million baileys. The smile on Nami's face never stopped. Where are we going now? Suddenly, Nami asked. Find a weapons store and buy a weapon. Qingyun glanced at Nami and said, the big sword that he took from Belluck looked good, but in fact it was too bulky to wield, and the quality of the opponent's big sword was at best comparable to ordinary weapons. It was just better, so when he got off the boat, he didn't take the big sword with him at all, because, here in Rogue Town, there were good swords waiting for him to dig out. That's right, buy a good knife and it will be easier to deal with pirates. Nami nodded in agreement. The more pirates the other party killed, the more bounty she could get. Going around in circles, the two of them looked for a lot of places. In Rogue Town, there were several weapon shops, but after entering, he found that he was not his target, so Qingyun left immediately. Qingyun, just take a look and don't buy it. What do you want to do? Nami, who was following Qingyun, was very puzzled by Qingyun's behavior. A shop with good knives. Qingyun replied, the 3rd generation of Kitetsu. This is his goal. In the past few days, he has figured out what time this world is in, which is the year when Luffy started to go to sea. Because of this, after he learned that the destination was Rogue Town on the passenger ship, he set his sights on the 3rd generation ghost in the weapons shop in Rogue Town. Before Zoro came, the 3rd generation ghost must be in Rogue Town. In the weapons store, what he has to do is buy this 3rd generation ghost sword. There is nothing he can do about it. After all, in his impression, the only knife he can afford seems to be like this. As for imitating Zoro and gambling with the 3rd generation of Kitetsu, and then defrauding the bosses Yuki Kakari, then he really can't do it. He is not Zoro. If he is not careful, his hands will be really bad. It was cut off, and he couldn't take it back. As for leaving the 3rd generation of Ghost to Sauron, this is impossible. If a man doesn't do it for himself, he will be destroyed by heaven and earth. What's more, he really lacks a good weapon now, so let him. It's impossible to give up. Just become a fan while watching anime. It didn't take long for Qingyun to find the weapons store he was looking for. I'm here to buy 2 weapons. After coming in, Qingyun said to the boss. Welcome. The boss Ippon Song heard this and immediately smiled. Since Smoker came here to become a naval captain, the public security has improved a lot, but at the same time, the business of a weapons store like him has decreased a lot. Life can be said to be quite sluggish. It's too late for him to be happy just because he has a customer. Where is the 50,000 belly sword? Qingyun asked, and his words made Ippomatsu's face stiffen, and his smile disappeared immediately. I thought he was a big customer, but in the end, he just came to buy a knife that cost no more than 50,000 belly. This how much can he earn? Disappointed, very disappointed, but he is still a customer after all. He will not push customers directly to other places. He can earn a little bit by doing something. There are a bunch of 50,000 weapons over there, go and choose for yourself. Matsu pointed to a few wooden barrels piled together in the corner. There were weapons in the barrels. The weapons that can be placed in this corner are no more than that in terms of quality. Generally, those with higher requirements he would not choose these to make ordinary weapons. But Qingyun walked over, he came here just for this. No, Qingyun, what are you doing? 50,000 belly sword? It might as well be the big sword of the pirate ship Captain Belluke. I've given you 1.5 million belly. No matter how much you save, you won't save it to this extent. Seeing this, Nami felt dissatisfied. They were going to be bounty hunters, especially Qingyun, who was still the main output of combat power. With a good and expensive knife, she had nothing to say, but, just like that a weapon worth 50,000 belly is too shabby, a good sword is related to the display of strength, she felt that she still had the need to remind the other party, but I have my own plans, so don't worry. Qingyun stretched out his index finger and touched Nami's mouth and said, the next moment he walked towards the weapons section with 50,000 belly, then, he also started to choose carefully, he was looking for the third-generation ghost. Toru, although he doesn't know what the third-generation ghost Tetsu looks like, and there may be some differences between it and the one depicted in the anime, but he is not worried about the problem of seeing wrongly, because he has a golden finger. Under his sight, there are words appearing on every weapon, and these words are all colored. This is the ability he discovered after understanding his golden finger. Weapons also have grades, and in the golden finger here, weapons are also divided into grades: weapon comparison, rough, white, ordinary, green, fine, blue, excellent, purple, fast knife, orange, good fast knife, red, big fast knife, black, supreme fast knife, gold, artifact, color. There are 9 grades in total. There is no doubt that they are consistent with the grade classification of crystals and so on, therefore. In his sight. Ordinary sword. Excellent sword. Ordinary sword. Such a large number of green characters were clearly visible in front of him. There were also some blue characters mixed in. They were weapons with a sophisticated level. But, Qingyun's eyes fell directly on the weapon with orange text on it. Kwai Dao Sandai Goe Tetsu. He took out the knife directly from it, then he walked to the counter, put down his weapon, took out 50,000 belly from his pocket and placed it on the counter. Boss, here's the money for the knife. I'll take the knife. After Qingyun put down the money, he also took the knife and walked out of the store with Nami. He didn't even give Ippon Matsu a chance to regret it. This. In the store, Yibensong stared blankly at the door. The two people could no longer be seen. Only then did he focus on the 50,000 belly on the counter. Finally, he sighed heavily. If you read that right, the thing that the other party took away was the demon sword, the third demon king. Anyone who got the third demon king would have a bad end, so he put the third demon king in the 50,000 Baileys section, but really being bought by the other party, he was a little worried again. If you are worried that the other party's fate will be the same as that of the people who had third-generation ghosts in the past, but now everyone is gone, I'm afraid I won't be able to find anyone if I catch up. So he can only pray that after this person gets the third-generation ghost, he will not repeat the same fate as the third-generation ghost in the past. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, comments, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted, everyone, vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 13. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Why are you running in such a hurry? Isn't it the problem with the knife you bought? After quickly leaving the weapon shop for some distance, Nami also put aside the third-generation ghost in Qingyun's hand for a moment, and then said suspiciously, as a person who has experienced wind and sun on the sea, Nami's eyesight is naturally not great. Yes, we can see some signs from Qingyun's behavior. The other party's appearance is like the way she couldn't wait to run away after stealing the good things. This sword is called the third-generation Kitetsu, and it is a fast sword. Qingyun looked back and saw that the owner of the weapons store, Ipponmatsu, did not chase him out. He was relieved in his heart. Then he introduced to Nami the third-generation Kitetsu in his hand. The sharp sword is the best among swords, this one in the world. There are the supreme quick sword with 12 skills, the great quick sword with 21 skills, the good quick sword with 50 skills, and the final quick sword with 80 skills. After that, the quality is limited. Those included among them are all knives. One of the best knives, normally, a fast knife would cost at least 1,000,000 belly to buy it, however, 0.50000 belly got a quick knife for nothing. This time, he really made a lot of money. Quick knife. Nami looked confused, because she didn't know much about swords, so she didn't quite understand the meaning of the so-called sharp sword. The value of this knife starts at least 1,000,000 belly. When he looked at it, he also said the same thing. The next moment, Nami understood instantly, her eyes that looked at the third generation of Kitetsu lit up instantly, blooming with the light that a money lover should have. 50,000 baileys to get such a good knife, Qingyun, let's go, let's get a few more. This way of making money is much faster than being a bounty hunter. Nami said, and took Qingyun's hand, preparing to take the latter to the weapons store for a few rounds, picking up missing items. Stop dreaming, you really regard the sharp knife as cabbage, pick up the leeks if you want. He gave Nami a roll of his eyes and said, he can pick up the slack, which is why he read the One Piece manga. Hearing this, Nami's face showed obvious disappointment. Obviously, she was regretting it. I have lost a way to make money. Don't be heartbroken and get ready. Although there are only 2 of us, no matter what, we need at least a boat to go to sea, so we have to buy a boat. Qingyun said, when going to sea, you must have a boat. This is common sense. As for the size of the boat, there are also some requirements. Forget about small boats like the ones used by Luffy and Zoro in the early stage. If you encounter a violent storm, a huge wave if you come here, the boat might just capsize and sink. With that look in your eyes, you probably want me to pay for it. Nami noticed Qingyun's hint and immediately became anxious. Taking money from a money-obsessed man is not plucking the feathers of an iron rooster. It's outrageous. Don't forget, we too are going to be bounty hunters. If we can't get out of the sea, how can we hunt pirates? Nami, there is return only if there is investment, do you understand? Qingyun slowly persuaded the other party, he still has 1.95 million baileys in his hand, and can afford to buy a barely adequate boat, but if he has to pay all the money to buy the boat by himself, of course he will not happy anymore. That's fine, but each person will pay half of the price for the boat. Nami felt extremely pained. A barely qualified ship would cost at least 1,000,000 baileys, let alone a better one. For the 2 of them, the ship must be bigger anyway, so, it would take 2 to 3 million belly to buy the boat. Okay, how about one person paying 1.5 million belly, Qingyun said. Can. Nami also agreed decisively, it was about the same as she expected. With 3 million baileys, you can still buy a passable ship. Of course, Qingyun knows that there is a place where you can get a ship, it's at Kia in Silabu village. As long as you get rid of the Black Cat Pirates Captain's Baiji Rock, you can get the novice village equipment. The advance Mary, however, with his current strength, he will not go there and die. It seems that Luffy defeated Baiji Lock in one burst, but don't underestimate others. Axe King Monka was easily defeated by him and his jaw was crushed. The opponent's strength was at least as high as a lieutenant in the Navy headquarters. Combat strength, therefore, if you underestimate the opponent, you will lose your life. When he first came to this world, of course he had to be more vigilant. If he wanted to take action against Baiji Lock, he would also have to combine his physique, physical skills, and swordsmanship. All 3 levels need to be upgraded to the captain level. He is naturally in no hurry at the moment, he still needs to hunt down a few groups of pirates to improve his strength. Next 2 days, Qingyun and Nami stayed at a hotel in Rog Town, and then ran around for ships and supplies at sea. It took them 3 to 5 days to get everything ready. Finally, after buying the boat and preparing all the supplies, he and Nami boarded the boat and set off, heading towards the cash machine. No. Heading towards the evil pirate group. They want to represent justice and eliminate those damn pirates. The bounty will win. Thanks to the pretty guy, Chihua Rin, for your monthly ticket support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 14. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the vast sea, boom. On a pirate ship, a bunch of people fell in disorder. The bright red blood flowing from these people stained the deck. This is enough to prove that they suffered such an end after encountering an enemy attack. A pirate with a bounty of 2 million on his head seems to be nothing more than that. Qingyun looked at Connie, the captain of the Scar pirates who had just been killed by him with disappointment, and sighed. It was obvious that the corpses of the Scar pirates were all his meticulous work. Well done. Connie, the captain of the Scar pirates, has a bounty of 2.1 million Baileys, and the deputy captain Belt also has a bounty of 500,000. Together with some miscellaneous people, the bounty of this pirate ship is as high as 323,100,000. Qingyun, it's really good. Keep working hard next time. After Nami praised Qingyun, she went to collect the body. This time, she was fully prepared and took sufficient antiseptic measures. Therefore, even if the body is stored for a few more days, there will be no problem. Big problem. Seeing this, Qingyun just glanced at Nami and then withdrew his gaze. This battle is really not simple. To be honest, their encounter with the Scar pirates this time was purely an accident. They met them directly on the sea, and after the other party met them, they chased them directly towards their ship. There was no way to escape. So after Qingyun thought about it, he directly chose to fight with the Scar pirates. Let's go head-to-head and have a life-and-death contest. As the saying goes, the brave will win when they meet on a narrow road. Although there are more than 50 pirate members in the Scar pirates, the strength of these people is really just that, too weak. Of course, it may also be because he swallowed outstanding talent crystals to upgrade his talent to the captain level. In addition, he consumed 7 ordinary kendo crystals to upgrade his beginner kendo. He has been promoted to the level of a swordsman apprentice. His talent has been raised to the captain level. His body, soul, physical skills, and swordsmanship have all been upgraded to the 3rd level. When all abilities are combined, the strength that emerges is the combat power at the peak of the military level. What's more, he also has a 3rd-generation ghost sword in his hand, which is also an advantage in terms of weapons. This allows him to cut down this group of pirates as easily as cutting melons and vegetables. The only people with some strength are just members of the Scar pirates. The captain, but his strength was around the military level, was still a little inferior to the captain of the great sword pirates, Belluke. This was what he felt. At this time, words appeared in his sight. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Pick up. Ding. Successfully picked up. Poor quality physical crystals *9, ordinary physical crystals *43, poor quality soul crystals *19, ordinary soul crystals *33, ordinary talent crystals *22, excellent talent crystals *8, ordinary physical skills crystals 33, inferior kendo crystals 8, ordinary kendo crystals *19, already stored in the portable space. This harvest can be considered a good harvest. The number of ability crystals obtained is staggering. Subsequently, Qingyun took the lead and took out several inferior body crystals, inferior soul crystals, and inferior kendo crystals, threw them into his mouth and drank them. The original experience bar for body and soul was, soldier level, 0.01/10, which was also improved after taking inferior crystals. The body has become, soldier level, 0.1/10, and the soul has become, soldier level, 0.2/10. In addition, it is, Kendo Apprentice, 0.02 out of 10. After using up the inferior kendo crystals later, he got a lot of improvement and became like this, Swordsman Apprentice, 0.1/10, immediately afterwards, he swallowed 9 more body crystals, 8 soul crystals, and 9 kendo crystals. It can be said that in the experience column of his 3 abilities, the decimal points at the end have been removed, and everything has become 1/10. It's a feast for the eyes. It looks a lot more pleasing to the eye, and now, the only ability crystals he has on hand are ordinary and excellent, ordinary body crystals *52, ordinary soul crystals *43, ordinary talent crystals *37, ordinary physical arts crystals *48, ordinary sword crystals *16. Excellent body crystal 1, excellent soul crystal *1, excellent talent crystal *8, excellent sword crystal *1. It is undeniable that the number of crystals he currently has is a bit high. Last time, he once tried to synthesize ability crystals, but the result was a failure. The reason is that the number of crystals is insufficient. Now, the number of ordinary level ability crystals can be said to be staggering. In this case, there should be no problem in synthesizing them. Immediately afterwards, he took out 10 ordinary body crystals from his portable space. He judged the amount he took out based on the numerical value required for experience, which was beyond his reach. Then, he quietly placed an ordinary body crystal in his hand, staring closely at the crystal in his hand, and the idea of synthesis was born. Next moment, it seemed that the synthesis he had in mind was successful. 10 ordinary body crystals turned into liquid at this moment, melted into a ball, and finally turned into a high-quality blue ability crystal. Unexpectedly, the synthesis of crystals actually requires physical strength. Qingyun felt the physical strength that was rapidly passing through his body when he was synthesizing the ability crystal just now. He also realized that as long as he used his synthetic ability, he had to pay the price of physical strength. However, does such a synthesis make sense? He could choose to take it directly instead of synthesizing the ability crystals into higher-level ability crystals. This would not affect the effect of taking it at all. However, just when he was confused, Nami came over. She glanced over, and then, the first word she spoke made Qingyun's face change drastically. "Qingyun, is this the sapphire crystal you found on the ship? Thanks to, a little Xianyu, pretty guy for your monthly ticket support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 15. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Can you see this? Qingyun suddenly turned his head to look at Nami, picked up the newly synthesized fine body crystal in his hand, and asked the other party. "Qingyun, don't treat me like a fool, let alone a blind person, okay?" Nami gave Qingyun a roll of her eyes. She felt that her intelligence was insulted. Hearing this, he was silent. His mind was running rapidly, for a moment. Nami. What? Hearing Qingyun call her like this, she turned around subconsciously. Phew. Qingyun flicked his finger, and the fine body crystal he had just synthesized in his hand fell directly into Nami's mouth. It melted in her mouth. Ba ba ba. What did you give me to eat? Nami wanted to spit out the thing in her mouth, but the exquisite body crystal turned into liquid directly after entering the entrance and was swallowed, without giving her any chance to spit it out. Therefore, her move, it's just spitting out some saliva. The food I gave you is good. Now carefully feel the changes in your body. Qingyun said, after Nami saw the exquisite body crystals he synthesized, his mind was thinking rapidly, and he finally came to the conclusion that the ability crystals synthesized by his golden fingers were not only for him to use, so, he made a bold attempt. He let Nami swallow the fine body crystal that he had just synthesized in his hand, let him see if it was really effective. Nami's body was only at the level of an ordinary person. If it was effective, if so, then her physique will definitely be greatly improved. Strange, what on earth did you give me to eat just now? There's something wrong with my body. This feeling, Nami's expression also changed, as if the effect of the fine body crystals she had just swallowed was beginning to take effect. Her body, limbs, and bones were filled with bursts of warmth. There is some itching and some tingling sensation. Only. Please, if you, a young and energetic young man like me, listen to this kind of voice, it will only add fuel to the fire. Qingyun heard the other party's soft hum, saying that he couldn't stand it. He really couldn't stand it. If you behave like this again, if you put it on the novel website he reads, if you write such a fragment, the chapter will be banned directly. However, Nami's feeling of improvement finally stopped after it lasted for a while. Qingyun, what did you feed me just now? Nami's eyes were filled with suspicion. Who do you think I am? Even if I were shameless, I wouldn't do it. Damn, I'm an extremely upright person. I wouldn't do the kind of thing you imagine. Qingyun knew that the other party was thinking wrong when he saw the look in his eyes. This is something that improves physical strength. What you just felt was that your physical strength was improving, so that's why. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. Your strength, speed, and physical strength must have improved a lot. Promote. He also explained it a little bit. Of course, this is also because he wanted to see if Nami's physique was improved from ordinary level to military level after taking the excellent body crystals. Are you telling the truth? Nami said with a hint of doubt, a good thing to improve your health. Why does it sound so like the words used by liars? Strange, why does she understand the words of liars? Come to think of it, she is a liar, this seems understandable. But, even so, she still tried. She also picked up a knife on the ground and slashed at the guardrail of the ship. Originally, with her strength, even to cut off the guardrail, it took 3 to 5 very hard strokes to cut it off, but now, with one slash, the guardrail was already divided into 2, and she cut it off. Is my power so strong? Co-author, what you just said is true. Nami doubted herself for a moment, but after seeing Qingyun beside her, she immediately remembered what the other party said. Now it seems that what the other party said is actually true. If not, Qingyun said, he is an honest young man, how could he talk nonsense? But the results of this experiment are already before his eyes. Co-authored, this is how Goldfinger is used. Emotions, what Goldfinger wants. Let yourself cultivate a group of powerful subordinates, and then, conquer the world. Of course, now he has no idea of conquering the world. How tiring that thing is. After conquering, you still need to manage. Where can you have the freedom of being a bounty hunter? However, this function of Goldfinger allows him to improve the strength of his companions. If the strength of his companions is insufficient, then he will have to take care of him when he becomes a bounty hunter, but now it seems that there is no need for this. With the function of Golden Finger, he can give Nami a strong strength. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 16. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingyun, awesome. You still have such a good thing, please give me another one quickly. Nami's eyes lit up. If she were to be promoted again, wouldn't she be able to become a bounty hunter by herself? Are you daydreaming? You really think this kind of thing is cabbage? It's gone. Qingyun gave the other party a blank look. This is an excellent body crystal synthesized from 10 ordinary body crystals. This is a good thing that can add 1 point of numerical experience to his current body's experience bar. If his own improvement is not enough, why not give it to Nami? The reason he gave it to the other party just now was just to try out whether the crystal synthesized by the Golden Finger could be used by others besides him as he thought. The results are also experimental. As for those crystals, of course they should be used sparingly. As of now, he still has to improve himself first. As for improving Nami, It's better to wait until he has some extra crystals on hand before improving the opponent. TCH, stingy. Nami curled her lips and continued to deal with the corpses. Soon after, the corpses were disposed of. Most of the corpses were thrown into the sea to feed the fish. As for the corpses with bounties on them, they were naturally kept to exchange for the bounties. Got it. The 2 million Baileys here were found from their ship. It was agreed that they would be divided into 50 and 50, and this million Baileys will be given to you. After processing, Qingyun plans to take the corpses of these pirates to Rog Town in exchange for bounty money. Although this upgrade is well prepared, so the antiseptic technology is prepared, but the corpses can only be preserved for a longer period of time. It's just time. As time goes by, what should happen will still happen. So, after discussing it with Nami, they both decided to change the bounty first. If this group of pirates changes to the bounty, he and Nami they can each earn an additional 16.7 million belly. In addition to the division of treasures seized on the ship, this trip directly made him and Nami each earn about 26.7 million belly. I never thought being a bounty hunter could be so profitable. Nami also sighed with emotion. This is how much they earned in one trip. They have only been out for 5 days this time. Calculated, it is almost 500,000 Baileys in income per day. If this is done for a year, the annual income will exceed 1 minute. 100 million belly, it hurts so much. If she had known that bounty hunters' income was so high, Nami would have found a partner to become a bounty hunter. How could she have been wandering for 8 years and end up with 100 million belly? It's not all together yet, but it's not too late. Nami, are you really okay with your mind? As big as the East China Sea is, we were able to successfully encounter a not-so-strong pirate group in 5 days because we were lucky. If we were unlucky, we might not encounter a pirate group in a month. Qingyun rolled his eyes at the other party and said, the sea is too big. If you want to be a bounty hunter, you naturally have to chase others, and in this vast sea, you don't have any locators installed on others. So when looking for the pirate group, at most, you can just buy some information about the location of the pirate group from some information dealers, and then go there to find it. It can be said that you are gambling on your luck. Hearing this, Nami has some superiors. Her head also calmed down a little. What the other party said was indeed correct. She had been wandering in this sea for 8 years, and the number of times she encountered pirate groups was too few. Under normal circumstances, she would encounter pirates on the sea. The probability of being a thief is not very high. This also makes her a little disappointed, however, considering that she has earned nearly 10 million belly during this period. This is already a very objective income. As long as give her some more time, she can save the 100 million belly to buy the village. A few days later, they came to Rog Town again. In fact, Nami said that she could just find a navy branch nearby to exchange bounty money, so that she could continue to hunt other pirate groups in the remaining time. Certainly, of course, Nami's proposal was directly rejected by Qingyun. Although the navy is much better than pirates, there are only a few navy that he knows that represent justice. If he accidentally encounters a scum in the navy like Captain Mouse, the bounty of the pirates will be, isn't there a high probability that it will be hacked by the other party? Really did it, then this trip of his can be called a waste of time, but that's not necessarily the case. After all, his goal is not actually money. Money is only secondary. It is just to make his quality of life better. And the reason why he mainly hunts pirates is because the ability crystal can only be dropped after killing the enemy. Subsequently, he paid the fee at the port, so that someone would help keep an eye on the ship, so that no one would steal the ship, and it could even reduce the chance of being stolen. As for why didn't Luffy and others do this? That's of course because they are pirates. The people watching the ship here are from the navy. Only with muskets in their hands can people pay with peace of mind. Pirates stop the ship and pay. Are you trying to get a big bowl of prison food delivered to your door? Then, Qingyun just found a cart and followed the old rules. He pulled the cart and took the pirate's body to the naval base in Rog Town. Thanks to a little Shenyu, pretty guy, for your monthly ticket support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 17. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Enter the naval base, exit the naval base. The change in the hands of Qingyun and Nami is that there is an extra suitcase in their hands. Being a bounty hunter is really great. Nami, who received the money, said that she made the money so quickly and felt so happy, she felt a lot happier. Next, stay in Rog Town for a few days, then spend some money to buy some information and prepare some supplies before setting off. Qingyun said, it is a must to buy the information on the location of the pirates. Otherwise, they can only rush blindfolded when they go out to sea. Whether they can find the pirates or not depends on their luck. If you buy the information, at least they will have accurate information. After the target, the probability of finding the pirates is also higher. As for the supplies purchased in Rog Town last time were supposed to last for more than half a month. As a result, they came back in less than a week, although the supplies are still not used up, but what needs to be replenished still needs to be replenished. Just leave it to me with confidence. Nami patted her chest and said, hearing this, Qingyun also nodded. This kind of thing is purchased by Nami, and he only needs to accompany her there. After all, in this era, even if the security of Rog Town is not there, Smoker's situation has improved a lot, but he still needs to be prepared. 2 days later, Qingyun and Nami set off again. One person can't wait to hunt more pirates so that he can earn money in exchange for bounty money. The other one is counting on killing more pirates and getting more ability crystals so that his strength can grow rapidly. Days at sea are duller. Fortunately, he was not going to sea alone, otherwise, Qingyun would have become anxious. But, when he is with someone, his mentality is still very good. Why haven't I met any pirates yet? Nami is very disappointed. In the past, she could not avoid pirates, but now, she is eager to have a pirate group with millions of bounties on their bodies arrive quickly, so that she can let Qingyun go and kill them. Cut it off and make a fortune. This kind of thing can't be rushed. The information recorded in the intelligence did appear in the sea near here. It is estimated that they no longer know which direction they went. Qingyun looked at the blue sea. He said that he was almost sick these days. However, he still calmed down and comforted Nami. I must find them, and I will take the bounty on them. Nami said fiercely, looking at the other party like this. If a pirate appeared in front of her, she would dare to pounce on him and bite him to death. This is because he wants to make money and beauty. Seeing this, Qingyun also shook his head. And then withdrew his gaze. He focused on himself. Sure enough, with one's own abilities, it is obviously too difficult to comprehend the hockey of knowledge and the hockey of weapon. He sighed secretly in his heart. Of course, his behavior was naturally a result of some wishful thinking. After he ate that outstanding talent crystal, his talent also reached the captain level, talent. This is just right. In all aspects, but the rank of lieutenant is really not enough, let alone comprehending hockey alone, unless one has the talent of the Yonko level. It is estimated that it is still possible to realize hockey by oneself, so he also will himself. The idea of understanding domineering was replaced by practicing physical skills and swordsmanship. At least he knew these two abilities, and the level was not high, so it was not necessarily difficult to improve. 3 hours later. Qingyun, I saw a ship. It was a pirate ship. Nami held a monocular in her hand. After seeing the trace of the ship, she immediately looked over with the monocular. Nami, catch up and pull the boat over. Qingyun's eyes lit up. It has been 10 days since he came out. Now he finally saw a pirate group. He was even more excited than Nami. These are ability crystals. Go! Nami shouted loudly. She rushed towards the pirate ship, while Qingyun helped Nami drive the ship to make the ship faster. On the other side, the pirate group seemed to have seen Qingyun and Nami's ships were also eyeing them. This time, it can be said that both sides were eyeing each other. The two ships were getting closer and closer, until the two ships came close to each other. Kill! Whether it was on the pirate group's ship or on Qingyun and Nami's ship, such shouts rang out, so, half an hour later, tick-tock. The blood slowly fell from the blade to the tip, and finally from the tip of the knife fell into the pool of blood on the deck, causing a very small ripple that could even be ignored. And there was no one alive on the ship. All the pirates on the ship were killed by Qingyun. Almost exhausted. Qingyun, you were stabbed by the opponent just now. Let me treat your wound first. Nami said with concern. After all, Qingyun killed hundreds of people on such a ship. The core figure of their bounty hunter group is Qingyun, so she naturally cares about each other, no more the other party. Where could she find such a good partner? I'm fine. Qingyun shook his head and said. Are you kidding? You were stabbed by the captain of this group of pirates, how could you be fine? Nami said and walked over directly. Then, she opened Qingyun's clothes and took a look. As a result, there were no wounds where there should have been wounds. Nami thought she had seen it wrong. That's right. She stretched out her hand and rubbed it, and a lot of blood was wiped away, but the fact that there was no injury was also in front of her eyes. This made Nami a little confused. It was strange, she clearly saw Qingyun being slashed. Why was he even injured? None. Could it be that she saw it wrong? Nami, if you like me so much, I wouldn't mind sleeping with you at night. Qingyun glanced at Nami, who was now a little friendly with his movements, and teased. Hearing this. Go ahead and daydream. Nami's face also turned red, but she quickly pulled her hand away, then gave Qingyun a roll of her eyes and turned around to collect the money. This pirate has some strength, and that knife really hurts. Qingyun's face also twitched, and he thought to himself, he is really a smart guy who is fighting. He was slashed by the captain of this pirate ship. The reason why he was not injured is because he swallowed 5 fine bullets. Physique crystals, otherwise, how could he kill all the pirates in a boat in half an hour by himself? Thanks to the excellent physique crystals, after taking them, he can not only increase his physical strength, in addition, he can also, by the way, he restored a lot of his physical strength and healed his injuries. Originally, he only had 1 fine body crystal, but after the last time, he took the time to synthesize all the crystals, and he could everything that was synthesized. Therefore, out of the 42 ordinary body crystals, he synthesized 4 excellent body crystals, including the one he already had. There were a total of 5 excellent body crystals. What a pity, after one battle, he used them all. Dear beauties, this book has been signed, so there will be no eunuchs. You can read it with confidence. I have something busy these 2 days, so there will be less updates. There will be more updates tomorrow. At least 10 updates will be sent out tomorrow. Please support me. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 18. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Pickup.ding. Successfully picked up, ordinary body crystal *81, excellent body crystal *13, rare body crystal *1, ordinary soul crystal *80, excellent soul crystal *21, rare soul crystal *1, ordinary talent crystal *34. Excellent talent crystal *22, perfect talent crystal *1, ordinary taijutsu crystal *73, excellent taijutsu crystal *7, rare taijutsu crystal *1, ordinary kendo crystal *66, excellent kendo crystal *9, stored in portable space. This time he killed nearly 100 pirates. It took him a lot of effort and used up all his fine physical crystals, but the harvest this time was quite impressive. Look at the harvest this time. Qingyun feels that there is some truth in the saying that if you pay, you will be rewarded. In particular, he has harvested several excellent ability crystals, which should have been revealed by the captain of the pirate ship this time. After all, among so many pirates, he is the strongest. It was a pity that he did not reveal the outstanding swordsmanship crystal, but he should also be lucky that the opponent's swordsmanship was poor. If the opponent knew the swordsmanship, the moment he was hit by the opponent would have been even more uncomfortable, even capsizing in the gutter is possible, but anyway, this time he had a rich harvest. Such an astonishing gain is enough to push most of his abilities up a level. He took a look at his data.host, Qingyun.talent, lieutenant level, 0 out of 10, .physique, soldier level, 6 out of 10, .soul, soldier level, 1 out of 10, .abilities, soldier level physical skills, 0/10, swordsmanship apprentice. 1/10, after reading, he took out the only perfect talent crystal he got, threw it into his mouth and drank it. It melted in his mouth. This also made him a captain-level talent, and he broke through and reached the school-level ranks. This perfect talent crystal should be obtained from the captain. After all, he is the captain. It is normal for the talent to be stronger. This also shows that if the other party does not die prematurely and continues to develop, as long as he is willing to put in enough effort in cultivation, he can reach the ranks of the school level. But Qingyun cut the opponent directly before he could grow up, but Qingyun made money. Subsequently, he took out 4 excellent body crystals, 9 excellent soul crystals, 10 excellent physical arts crystals and 9 excellent kendo crystals from his portable space, and then threw them into his mouth one after another. Melts in your mouth. These crystals turned into heat flow, flowed into his belly, and were absorbed by him, turned into experience on one's own data, followed. The body, soul, and physical skills have all been upgraded by a full level, from soldier level to sergeant level. The so-called non-commissioned officer level corresponds to the ranks of corporal, sergeant, and staff sergeant in the Navy headquarters. After his various abilities enter this level, it means that he has all the strengths of the Navy headquarters non-commissioned officer. Also, and his swordsmanship has also broken through from a kendo apprentice to the level of a swordsman. This also means that he is strong enough to graduate from some kendo dojos. Now, for Qingyun, his body is improving. The improvement of his soul makes his brain feel very cool and incomparable. The improvement of physical skills has made many more memories about physical skills in his memory, which makes him feel very refreshed. The physical skills he learned became more exquisite and powerful, and the improvement of kendo naturally meant that his understanding of swordsmanship became much deeper. This kind of improvement is for Qingyun. He has firmly entered the ranks of non-commissioned officers. Moreover, he has reached the rank of sergeant in not one kind, but in several kinds. It can be said that his explosive combat power ranks among the best even among sergeant-level officers. Just having the strength of the sergeant level is not enough. You must upgrade your strength to the school level. Only then can you be qualified to enter the grand route. Qingyun's eyes were not only on the small place of Donghai from the beginning to the end. To him, Donghai is just a novice village. It should be almost the limit for him to be promoted to the school level. So, when he after reaching the school level, if you want to continue to improve, you should enter the Great Line. After all, in the Great Line, whether it is the strength, quality, talent, etc. of the pirates, they are all compared to the small East China Sea. The local pirates are much stronger. Qingyun, I've got all the things that need to be searched and cleaned on this ship. Let's set off. Nami also suddenly shouted at this time. Once it comes to money, it's a neat move. Qingyun glanced at the other party and said secretly. Suddenly, the pupils in his eyes shrank suddenly. He saw something extraordinary on this ship. Excellent large ship, a large and excellent ship that can be synthesized. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 19. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Excellent large ship, a large and excellent ship that can be synthesized. After reading this line of text, Qingyun also rubbed his eyes and blinked a few times, but the words were still there. This meant that the line of text that appeared in front of him was not false. It's also because of my own golden finger, that's why this line of text appeared in his sight. So, I can now combine this ship, Qingyun was shocked by the words and was a little dazed. He withdrew his gaze, however. As soon as he lowered his gaze, he saw a lot of words appearing in his sight. Various colors, there were white text and green text, which seemed to be the colors marking the corresponding levels. He took a look at it. Inferior quality clothes. A piece of inferior clothes can be synthesized. Poor quality trousers. A piece of trousers with some knowledge that can be synthesized. Ordinary machete. An ordinary machete that can be synthesized. Shoes of inferior quality. A pair of shoes of inferior quality can be synthesized. Lines of text appear above the items. Undeniable, this is definitely the reason why his physical abilities and other related abilities have been upgraded to the sergeant level, so his golden finger also has new functions. For example, he lowered his head and glanced at the third-generation ghost Tetsu in his hand. At the same time, orange text appeared on his third-generation ghost Tetsu, Kwai Dao, Sandai Gue Tetsu, a cursed demon sword. Anyone who gets it seems to die violently. It can be synthesized. Even his third-generation demon king has text that can be synthesized. This made Qingyun's eyes narrow slightly. Does the emergence of this situation mean that he can use his own synthesis ability to continuously upgrade the level of the third generation of ghosts to the level of a good sword, a great sword, a supreme great sword, or even a divine weapon? Thinking about it, he was still a little excited. Good things like this are hard to find. Nami, there's no need to clean up. Let's go to the nearest island now and take this pirate ship with us. Qingyun said quickly to Nami. Although she was slightly doubtful, she still followed Qingyun's words. After all, the treasures on the ship of this pirate group and the bounty on the pirates of this pirate group are all added up. If she and Qingyun are divided evenly, she can get nearly 5 million belly. Income. Now, Qingyun is her god of wealth. Of course you have to obey the other party. Shortly after, Qingyun and the two also came to a nearby island. Nami, first take the supplies and your small treasury off the ship. He also said to Nami. After saying that, he also took down all the supplies on the ship and moved them to the shore. What are you up to? Nami asked. An experiment. Qingyun gave the other party a concise answer. Then he continued to talk about moving the things on the ship. He could use his personal space to pack them up, but the relationship between him and Nami was just a cooperative relationship, and they were not that familiar yet. So he did not let the other party know his ability, and it was even less possible to show it face to face. After hearing this, Nami did not continue to ask. The other party said so. She only needed to watch, after a while, on the ship. The supplies, as well as the corpses of some pirates with bounties on their heads, were all sorted to the shore. Now, the ship was basically bare. The two ships were side by side. In Qingyun's sight, that excellent large ship, a large and excellent ship that can be synthesized. Ordinary boat, a boat of ordinary quality that can be synthesized. There are words appearing on both ships, one blue, one green. Each represents the grade of the two ships. Qingyun said that he could understand it. After all, they barely scraped together 3 million belly to buy this ship. It was originally intended to be used temporarily, so it was normal for the ship to be of a lower grade. He put his hands on each of the two ships. Composite or not? Text appears. Yes. Qingyun thought silently in his heart. The next moment, the two ships got closer and closer, just like two bubbles approaching each other and merging together. For Qingyun, he also felt something was wrong after the synthesis of the two ships began. First, he can focus on that ship for this synthesis. Of course, there is no need to consider it. He still prefers his own small ship. After all, half of this small ship was bought with his money. So he directly used his own small ship as the main one, and used this pirate ship as nourishment to improve the quality of his own small ship for synthesis. Secondly, when he was synthesizing, his physical strength was increasing rapidly. This was the same as the last time he synthesized crystals. The synthesis was done at the expense of his physical strength. He felt that about half of his physical strength had been consumed. The synthesis was not over yet, so he quickly took out rare body crystals from his portable space and took them, and the consumed physical strength was recovered at an extremely fast speed. It was consumed quickly and recovered at an extremely fast speed. It can only be said that the recovery speed of physical strength is still better. However, when will the synthesis end? Maybe half a minute later, Qingyun felt relieved that his physical strength was no longer being sucked away for no reason. If it continued to be drawn away, he would really have to continue taking other physical strength. Crystal came to restore his strength. He looked at the sea. There should have been 2 ships here, but now there is only 1 ship left. Excellent boat, a boat of excellent quality. Thanks to the pretty guy, Chihua Rin, for your support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 20. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Excellent boat, a boat of excellent quality, much better than an ordinary boat, can be synthesized. His eyes dropped. The size of this synthesized boat is already much larger than his original boat. It should be the improvement brought about by synthesis. Of course, it is more of an improvement in quality. These improvements it should be more comprehensive. A ship like this would cost at least 8 million Baileys to start with. Just synthesize it like this. It can be said that he directly saved such a large amount of money. And aside, Nami was shocked. You, what did you do? That the scene in front of her was too exaggerated. The 2 ships actually merged into 1 ship. She had never heard of such a thing. After all, she had not yet joined Luffy's Straw Hat Pirates, so she was not interested in devil fruits. The understanding is only half understood, so how can a person who doesn't even understand devil fruit understand the shock brought by Qingyun's synthetic ability? Okay, Nami, you better tighten your chin, otherwise your chin will drop. Qingyun glanced at the surprised Nami beside him, and continued, it's just the ability of the devil fruit. There is no need to be so surprised. He chose to use his identity as a devil fruit user to cover up his golden fingers. Devil fruit? Have you ever eaten a devil fruit? Nami's eyes widened, obviously shocked by what Qingyun said. A devil fruit is worth at least 100 million belly. She knew about the existence of devil fruit, but as for those with devil fruit abilities, she had never encountered it. I don't know whether to say she is lucky or unlucky. However, when she first went out to sea to fight to buy the village, she really thought about it. If she could find a devil fruit, then she didn't just scrape together the 100 million belly to buy the village. It's a pity 8 full years have passed. As for the devil fruit, Mao has not seen it. Even the devil fruit ability users have not seen it with their own eyes. But in her opinion today, she got what she wanted. She finally met a devil fruit user, but she didn't know Qingyun's identity as a so-called devil fruit user was just made up. The abilities of devil fruit users are really amazing. Nami looked at the newly synthesized ship and expressed that she was surprised. It's just a little bit of ability, nothing to be surprised about. Qingyun shook his head and said, but, even so, Nami still gave him a roll of her eyes. What does it mean that there is nothing to be surprised about? It was the first time she saw a devil fruit user. Shouldn't she be surprised? Now it's time to put things back on board. Qingyun turned around and said. I just finished moving. Nami yelled. The pain was really too painful. She had spent a lot of energy just taking down her things. How long has it been now? She didn't even have 10 minutes to rest, so she was asked to move again. Go back. She really thinks her physical fitness is so good. However, since Qingyun gave her something to eat last time, her body has indeed become much stronger. Normally, she doesn't have that much strength, so in such a situation after moving a lot of things in a short time, you still have a lot of energy. Then take a rest before moving. Seeing this, Qingyun also relaxed a little. He himself was a little tired. The physical strength consumed by synthesis is really quite a lot. Even if there are rare body crystals to restore his physical strength, because of the synthesis, what he has left is he doesn't have much physical strength. He can continue to take body crystals to restore his physical strength, but this is really not necessary. How can you kill a chicken with a knife? He also plans to synthesize all his crystals and then fight against the pirates. When in a group, He uses it as a trump card. In battle, his physical strength can be continuously restored, and his body can be improved without warning. Even if there are hundreds of pirates in the group, he is very sure to kill them directly. The entire pirate group was resting. He did not stop. He set his sights on the pirate swords. These swords are all weapons that can be synthesized. The pirates of pirates' boats can become nourishment for his small boat, not to mention these weapons. If it can become nourishment for the third-generation ghost sword in his hand, then as he slowly improves, the third-generation ghost sword will transform into a good and fast sword. Great sword, supreme great sword, just when I think that I have such ability now, and some time ago, there were at least dozens, or even hundreds of swords in the pirate group that I killed. This way, think about it, he has lost a lot. Even if he is buying weapons, an ordinary grade weapon costs 50,000 belly. It is still unknown how many weapons of the same grade can increase the grade of the weapon by one level. However, the high probability should be decimal. If so, he needs at least 1 million ordinary grade weapons to allow him to obtain a supreme sharp knife. If it is a higher artifact, it will be 10 million ordinary weapons. Level weapon, this does not include the physical strength he needs to consume to synthesize it. Even if one is calculated at 50,000 belly, it takes 50 billion belly to synthesize a supreme sharp knife. 500 billion belly only by using the money to buy weapons can you synthesize an artifact. Expensive, ridiculously expensive, even if you take all the 4 emperors. It is estimated that it will only cost tens of billions of belly. It seems that I still have to hunt down more pirate groups and snatch the weapons from their hands. By the way, if I just snatch Whitebeard, Red Hair, and Hawkeye's supreme sharp sword to combine them, I won't be able to. How much money do you save? Qingyun's mind turned around and he was already eyeing the weapons in the hands of the 4 emperors and the world's greatest swordsman. The 4 emperors and the world's greatest swordsman probably didn't expect that in a small place like the East China Sea, there is a person who is already at this time. They were eyeing the weapons in their hands, and the other party's strength was only that of a petty officer at the Navy headquarters. If they knew it, they didn't know whether to say that the other party didn't know the sky and the earth, or that the other party was "Are you too angry? New book, please give me some data." Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th.